Power. The Lord is thy shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I lie down in the green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea! Though I Rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Unu prepared a table before I. In the presence of our enemy them. Unu anointed I head with unu oil. Me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy. I go follow I. All the days of my life. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah. Kadama we go mabi. Ma uso bolisa. I don't know what talk. It was clear for. What are you mo oh ye waladon. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, here we are not neutral, and we have never claimed to be, because we are not. We have actually taken sides. The side of the truth. That is why we are affectionately called the headquarters of the truth. And my name? Black Rasta. Now in every traditional African home there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food. And all this palatability for the nourishment of the family in its whole entirety. This is what we literally do here. We pick up ideas from all walks of life, all and sundry, the rank and file of our people, right from the crowns of their heads, all the way down to the soles of their feet. And then we subject these ideas to some crucial forensic scrutiny, right after which we tease out the creme de la creme of all these, and we use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. This is the Black Empire Media. We are the headquarters of the truth. We are the address of the truth, the habitat of the truth, the domicile of the truth, the foundation of the truth, the hometown of the truth, the bedroom of the truth. We are the truth. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Maybe you have a story you want us to follow up on. We are very excited to do that for free. Absolutely. This is the voice of the people. This is the home of exclusives. And I want to say thank you so much for joining us. We are live on YouTube. We are also live on Facebook. You can also catch us on Instagram. We are also on X, formerly called Twitter. And then on TikTok. With all respect and diligence, we keep ticking and talking with the gracious hands of patriotism. Thank you and welcome to today's caboodle. Come here. Today we have 5 very important stories. Oh my God. To unleash on you. We have some exclusives as usual. This is the headquarters of the truth. This is the foundation of the truth. In fact, this is the bedroom of the truth. My brother, my sister, do me a favor. Please, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and then hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. Please like the show and then also share the show. At the same time, recommend us to family and friends. At this point, let me just quickly say thank you so much to our wonderful sponsors. We are sponsored by the kind courtesy of Tesori Doriente. And we keep hammering one thing. Oh, yes. Turn every single shower into a royal experience with Tesori Doriente. Now, Tesori Doriente is a shower gel, which is more than just a shower gel. It's gone beyond that. It is soft, it is smooth, it is silky, and above all, it has this long-lasting oriental fragrance. My brother, my sister, it is Italian technology coupled with African raw materials, giving you that premium quality made most affordable. Oh my God. Hey, with Tesori Doriente, pour a little bit of the shower gel in the middle of your palm, shake up your bath water, watch how the lather grows into a rich foam. Allow it to nourish your skin. Right after that, oh, watch how it also repels insects and how it keeps your skin glowing very healthily. My brother, my sister, this is Tesori Doriente. It comes in several different fragrances. We have the Ikigai, we have the Karma, we have the Royal Oud, we also have what is known as the Persian Dream, we also have the Forest Therapy. My favorite, the Royal Oud. I also love the Forest Therapy. How about you? Hey, are you going for an interview? Please go get Tesori Doriente. After one single shower, 48 hours later, you are still smelling like the Garden of Eden. Is there a new chick in town that you want to flabbergast? My brother, my sister, go get Tesori Doriente. Hey, is there a new guy in town you want to show some levels? Tesori Doriente. Oh my God. Your smell is your identity. Make sure you smell like the Garden of Eden. Oh, now Tesori Doriente is proudly distributed in Ghana by Daddy Ash Limited. Now, for bulk purchases and inquiries, call Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599. This is Tesori Doriente, and that is the secret to my very beautiful skin. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. We are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Millennium Insurance. Hey, my brother, not every insurance is an assurance. Some insurance may try to cover you like an expired plaster. Ultimately, it is a disaster. That is why I am introducing you to Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. What kind of insurance do you require? Is it a motor insurance policy, third party, or comprehensive? Maybe you want to insure your vehicle against burglary, against theft, against fires. No problem at all. Are you traveling outside the country? You need a Millennium Travel Insurance. We'll take you in and bring you back safely. Hey, personal accident and group personal accident insurance. Get your 24/7 cover for disability and even death for your family members and even employees. Hey, this is Millennium Insurance. And with Millennium, one thing is very clear, absolutely. When it comes to your claims, we are so quick to give you that to bring you back on the right footing. Our numbers are on the screen. Pick up the numbers and make sure you get in contact with your trustworthy partner. Hey, in times of calamity, we get you more than just ready. Volcanoes, earthquakes, fires, floods, tsunamis, call it whatever. But what we know for sure is that Millennium Insurance is always ready and has never been caught pants down. This is Millennium Insurance. Please visit our sales portal at sales.millenniuminsurancegh.com, and everything is everything. I am insured fully by Millennium Insurance, and I am so happy. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. We are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of the NPA, and that is the National Petroleum Authority. My brother, my sister, and the message from NPA is very simple. Stay back, stay safe. Now, whenever you see a fuel tanker involved in an accident and overturned, please don't be so much in a hurry to siphon or scoop fuel from this overturned tanker. Please. These accident scenes are so inflammable, and flames can rise at any time. Your life is worth more than a gallon of fuel. My brother, my sister, you know what to do. After staying away and staying safe, pick up your phone, toll free, call 192 or 191, or better still, 0800-123,000. And that is toll free. You don't pay anything. Hey, the message is simple. Stay back, stay safe. Fuel tanker, moving, accident, overturned. Don't rush to go get fuel. Boom. People normally die. Your life is worth more than just a gallon of fuel. Thank you so much to the NPA. We appreciate you and we love you. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. One more time, do me a favor. Let me invite you to please subscribe to the channel and hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. This is the headquarters of the truth. Can we start the action? Story number 1. Watch this. How IGP DAMPARE shielded WONTUMI from going to jail. How IGP DAMPARE shielded WONTUMI from jail. My brother, my sister, it's clear. Very clear. Now, some new information is coming out. There is one lawyer by name Martin Luther Kpebu. We know him in Ghana simply as Martin Kpebu. He's schooled in Tamale. He speaks fluent Dagbani. My brother, my sister, he speaks Ewe fluently. He speaks Ga fluently. A number of Ghanaian languages. So when he is in court, my brother, my sister, you cannot dribble him with any language. He knows his law very, very well. This is Martin Kpebu. Hey, he has split open the Pandora's box. He has split open a can of worms. He said, in the year 2022, documents came out already, and a petition was sent to the government of state. Yes, the state of Ghana, to deal with WONTUMI. But some 2 personalities, including the President of the Republic, sat on this petition and shielded WONTUMI from going to jail. My brother, my sister, to those who still don't know who this gentleman here is, come here, run the dossier and watch it. Martin Luther Kpebu is a highly prominent Ghanaian private legal practitioner, human rights advocate, and leading public commentator. He is best known for his fierce commitment to constitutional law, governance, accountability, and his landmark victories at the Supreme Court of Ghana that revolutionized the nation's criminal justice system. So he's not a lightweight lawyer. He was born on the 15th of October, 1978, 4 years behind me, right here in Ghana. He is a first-generation lawyer within his family. And he attended the University of Ghana, where he earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration alongside his undergraduate law degree. This is Martin Kpebu. He later advanced his specialization by obtaining a Master of Laws, LLM, in oil and gas law. He was officially called to the Ghanaian bar in 2007. He spent several formative years working as a senior associate lawyer with a reputable law firm, Fugger and Company. He has operated as a partner at GT Legal Africa and serves as the founding partner of Black Star Legal Services, PRUC. My brother, my sister, in 2019, he was selected by the U.S. government to participate in the prestigious International Visitor Leadership Program, IVLP, exploring international crime, counterterrorism, and human rights frameworks. Kpebu is celebrated for successfully arguing 4 distinct milestone cases before the Supreme Court of Ghana that struck down outdated unconstitutional restrictions. He won the landmark case that abolished restrictions on bail establishing that all criminal offenses in Ghana are legally bailable. This is Martin Kpebu. He successfully fought for a constitutional interpretation dictating that weekends and public holidays must be calculated within the maximum 48-hour statutory limit for detaining suspects before bringing them to court. And then he secured a ruling establishing that sureties, as individuals guaranteeing a suspect's appearance, can no longer be arbitrarily jailed if an accused person absconds. Finally, he helped entrench fair trial rules by enforcing that the state must provide accused persons with all evidence it intends to rely on prior to trial. This is Martin Luther Kpebu. And on social media, TV, and even radio, my brother, my sister, he is always talking about anti-corruption. Kpebu is a fixture on prominent analytical programs like Joy News File and TV3's The Key Points. He routinely criticizes government lapses, politically motivated trials, and executive overreach across both major political regimes. He established the Juvenile Justice Project to provide free legal aid and representation to vulnerable young individuals trapped in the justice system. So you see, this man has contributed a lot to our justice system. But he walks around and you think he's a Nino. He walks around because of humility. People think that he is an unachieved lawyer. Now, in the late 2025, Kpebu made headlines following a brief, highly publicized detention after an altercation with military personnel stationed at the premises of the Office of the Special Prosecutor, the OSP. He vehemently dismissed suggestions that he was angling to take over the office. This is Martin Kpebu we are talking about. Martin Kpebu. Now, Martin Kpebu knows the law. Martin Kpebu has helped to shape our laws in Ghana via the Supreme Court and beyond. Martin Kpebu has spoken. What has Martin Kpebu said? He's talked about something very sensitive. WONTUMI should have gone to jail from 2022. But the IGP at the time, George Akufo-Dampare, how many of us know Dr. George Akufo-Dampare? This man was the IGP at the time. We all remember him for frying buffruit. My brother, my sister, we all remember him, my brother, my sister, for standing out there on the street and directing traffic and all that. This is George Akufo-Dampare. He wanted to be retained as IGP. Unfortunately for him, the new government did not think that he was strong enough to replace his deputy, Tete Christian Yohonu, COP. This is George Akufo-Dampare, PhD. My brother, my sister, another person, according to Martin Luther Kpebu, who aided Dampare to shield WONTUMI, is Faustina Ajewa-Kodua and Kofi. She was the CID boss in 2022, having taken over that same year. My brother, my sister, let us listen to Martin Kpebu. Right after that, we'll get to know exactly who this woman is. Watch this.
We presented our petitions against Chairman WONTUMI as far back as October 2022. 2022, more than 2 years before Akufo-Addo left office. Yeah, the CID boss at that time, and Kofi, and then IGP, they were doing kukwasa, like, so to wait, delay, because of Chairman WONTUMI's influence. So you see why we had to change the MPP so that the system would work. It takes bravery, eh? It takes a lot of bravery to render this decision. We don't, so we should, look at what can be done to also show the judge appreciation. Not everybody can give such a decision, because when you go, sitting in court there and say, hey, is that the Ashanti regional minister? Listen, you see, I'm even saying minister. You see, Chairman WONTUMI, at a point, they were calling him what? He said he was the governor. though there was a minister, he said he was a Ashanti governor. And you know what that meant? What I heard was very sound. Kudos to Justice Kokuvite. I'm sure she'll be one of the next candidates to go to the Court of Appeal. She's been in the High Court for long. So we hope President Mahama will look favorably on her and send her to the Court of Appeal. You see, so on the ground, he wielded a lot of power. And yet here, today, he was in the dock, and Justice Odered Kokuvite was reading the judgment. Then I felt that, oh yes, Ghana is working again. Ghana is working again.
When Justice Odered Kokuvite was reading the judgment, he felt it deep inside him that Ghana is working again. In the days of DAMPARE, in the days of Faustina Ejewa Kodria and Kofi as the boss of the CID, in the days of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the law was a joke. That is the inference. My brother, my sister, according to this man here called Martin Pebu, from 2022, petitions were sent to the government to deal with the impunity of Chairman Wontumi. But he had a huge influence. Remember, the president himself came out and told us that, hey, listen, the guy is not doing any galamsey. Today, the laws are so glaring. And what we must remember is that before Nana Addo became president, galamsey was punishable via a jail sentence of 3 years. But when he came, he wanted the whole of Ghana to realize how serious the crime is and decided to shift it via the Parliament of Ghana all the way to 25 years maximum. From 3 years to 25. And the first person to taste their own poison, my brother, my sister, better still, their own milk, is Chairman Wontumi. My brother, my sister, at the time, they even wanted shoot to kill. Remember, we all supported that? How galamseyers were doing this with so much impunity. Chairman Wontumi is the first guy to taste the new law. 20 years in prison. He's in jail right now as we speak. But let us run around and see exactly what other people think about Chairman Wontumi's thing. All over the internet, social media, everyone is applauding Wontumi going to jail. Is Wontumi that hated? Is he that disliked? When he was the chairman of the Ashanti region, NPP, he was almost untouchable. He could do anything and go scot-free. He was the one who could call police and ask somebody to be freed. When people were in trouble from his party, they called him, and one call from him made everybody bow. Today, he is enjoying the other side of power. Some of these things will help us understand what the poor man is going through. Some of this will let us understand what it means to go to jail and what it means to be patriotic and stay away from crime. There is an MP that I like so much. His name is Honorable Bernard Bediakon. He has also spoken about this thing. He said he's heard a few people saying, oh, it's too much. 20 years is too much. And he's trying to draw their attention to the fact that it was Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo who gave us this beautiful prison term for galamsey, and we all applaud him. So today, if members of the opposition are crying foul, I think the best place to go is Nana Addo's house to give him his bouquet of flowers. And I'm speaking tongue in cheek. Now, another interesting thing, according to this very wonderful MP, is that the woman, the justice, the judge who pushed Wontumi in jail for 20 years via the laws of Ghana, was also put there by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Watch this.
Yachi obi anyi obi ade. Sebi owo nsua, owo yere, owo ma. Enya me de se me gina ha na obi dem ene ye ka sei asem kase kura se ene unim se yasa ade ne kokot efata no ede no ho nso okotui nti ene yasa ade na begina court eno nso ye bedi sa asem ansa na Exim Bank de and I can tell you confidently say sa abesia na oji wa Exim Bank ne ho nhyeche no Attorney General rejecting the plea bargain no because nhyeche ya no de ba na again ma me nkyere ho num kakra yankasa besia wa kwaje wo bank bi etua se ye kadan yank ye mfa ne gina court obi de oka ye mfa no ye ma police nche no but odi kweti kwan ene nkrata ye forge company a wote no fa ne se company no wote ne ne na enra utimi de company ne kwaje besia eto aso enti sa kweti kwan na wo fa aso no sika na oje ye nde no de otwe ne mutan ye beje ya de eno de different eno no so no ana so wo njapade di abai eye Exim Bank for na ijiska na so onyama omunim ni omo be ye beton na japade no ye nche no bachi a ya chi ni ye forgery na ofa ya ode koje besia no it is only aban ye nhyehyɛ se metu eska na aka say okay meje 50 million ti me de mo ade be ba nya no ntia 50 million de beje because je besia but say ni aye kan no ne se ofa akwati kwan so na ade beje ntia no ho charge ne de abo what I say it is say ye ka say ye nua no o prison but say o say di tano so de no tano de no kra de west because eno de ono ana ban mu mpanifo kra ka se o ye galamse minister abuginapo na ka se ade o ye no eti amra wahu enti ma yemfa emotions me nya me de but yanko bia ho nko hwensa ase no erastos the videos na kira e fe eno no ye me ne menim no eno no ye owie ya ohu se ne e kɔ ne nye enti aban ne sesa no no ye se nko katakata so but unji ntum so na otu ye because sabra no bia mechi unti no person dan ne se nya me na metu ye se nya na otu ye o interest ne se akɔ kata so Ashanti region ho na ofi ba ye ntutu am na be brother na nkata ho de samra boy ho na ofi so what ya say enti wo de to ha enye ye wo de to ha enye me de American say judge ya oti akonya so Akufo-Addo na pa appointee no ni odi asem nso am de abe shet say Akufo-Addo na appointee judge maame no enye John Mahama emra no ne e kan eno ne de ye adu sebe wa ya ade no wa anye de ye eto da bia eye kasa me enra e wa asempa efe me ne miracles me ram no wapie me friend me nua ye di nkom na msi jade a wo ye no enkasa bio me mitu ne fo because wasem na kan e se bie eniama bebre so wo ye bone wo fum a enye sa kwan so da bia makan pipifo obedi omachi no wi a ono so akọ prison wontumi ye kire no se mokaya o da bia onye bone bia ena mwani ne sa no because o kan ban na asem ne ade ene obi akọ ni fie wo na odem ye fa nipa ayi ye che abrantie miracles aboaje no msoma nipa kogu poli ayi EOCO ho bebre ye binum kra bi so am say denti na mo abrantie bi kra de o se Raymond acha ne ache no nti ompie omunim ne nti omo ho wo ne awiase a wo be kwa akodem enye nsem ne an metimi aka but ni ato no e ya asem a e ha adwen no obi amfa nya asuade and I am hopeful me bompa ye say enipa ebeda adwen hu say baby adu no enye saa kwan ne so se chew pa bi na wo pa e different ba wo me medina nkasa onya ebone bia look what in attach aka o say ono na okọ ne ba graduation nti no need time for we onipa kro na o say wa assemble 20 your friends your grounds of appeal how they court of appeal nantiye the discretion appeal ankasa no even bail pending appeal kra na discretion judge ne pa no ma obi dem o ba bedi a o bedi ne ho agra o de o wi ana o kofi ebreku a sabe so obi fumu a me nya menim fa sansem yi ho no eye chewpa na se bia nhihye bi wo ho because they say judiciary dey we na adwuma the only person betimi asesa no eye say bia court of appeal and na say o mampanyi be ma no pardon it is uncommon na say mudia no na mo begina kat eye to say go and read the judgment judge no o say wo campus o kokko reclaim ya under section 52 no na o hia krata every minister ɛno nso ni eti woka say ya eye say woka say nso a eye say baby a wodi for ɛna ɔmo say assignment na assignment paper bi ɛno and me te saa kasa na me hu assignment paper bɛn wokɔkɔka even Lands Act na nkasa a ɔmo kan wokɔkɔka the definition interpretation no definition for your friend is saying assignment na ɔmo kan a wanka baby asa it must be written but anya no mpo because Lands Act no nya Universal Act.
His name is Honorable Bernard Bediakon Akwetia MP. He was the one who won that landmark by-election. Quite controversial because he had to stand against his own client. He's a lawyer by profession, well-spoken, well-learned. I am becoming his fan. Oh yes, I like brilliant people. I like people who speak for the nation and not for their stomach. He made it clear, Atachia inherited Chairman Wontumi from that other guy and the whatever, Kubi, Apia Kubi. My brother, my sister. And on the day of the judgment, what happened? According to this lawyer here, an MP, Atachia said he had a certain important meeting he had to attend, some graduation, and therefore Wontumi was left to walk into the lion's den. Better still, he appeared like a sheep, the sheep that he is, being led to the slaughter. Today, Wontumi is in there. The same people are driving V8s. Those who didn't have time to go for the final pronouncement of the judgment, they are all riding in a fleet of V8s, burning fuel all the way to the Nsawam prison, just to shake his hands and say, Wontumi, you know what? Everything is everything. They drove in a fleet of V8 cars. Very expensive cars. Normally it's politicians who ride that kind of car. Bawumia and all those hypocrites and parasites drove all the way from Accra. Did Bawumia ever go to the court? Did he? That's your Assembly Regional Chairman. The chairman of your World Bank of Votes. Bawumia, tell me if I'm wrong, never attended any court sitting for this guy. If he did, forgive me, I'm sorry. I never saw him. But once he's in jail, they will drive tens of kilometers all the way to Nsawam prison, like you said. Look at the number of cars. First one gone, second one there, and in broad daylight, they have their lights on because they are driving in a convoy. Look at them. They are all going. My brother, my sister, could this be part of the Galamsey cars? Cars that were bought with Galamsey money? Could that be? They drove all the way, and courtesy Joy News, we have this. They couldn't go to the court, which was only 2 centimeters away from them, but they would drive 1,000,000 miles to go and visit the man in prison. And this reminds me of that African saying, that a man lives across the road, he doesn't get visitors. But the day he dies, they would come from all over the world and carry him several thousands of miles to his grave. That's what is happening to Wontumi. Next time, he would understand why he has to stand for the people, fight for the people, and not be that stupid. It's sad, but he deserves it. My brother, my sister, now, having listened to Honorable Bernard Bediakon of Akwetia, let us look at the 2 guys that Martin Pebu talked about. First and foremost, let us look at Akufu Dampare. Run the dossier. Let's look at him. This is him. This is George Akufu Dampare, PhD. Come here. Watch this. Hey, Dr. George Akufu Dampare is a prominent Ghanaian police officer and a chartered accountant who served as the 23rd Inspector General of the Ghana Police Service from August 2021 to March 2025, 4 solid years. He made history as the youngest substantive IGP appointed in Ghana's Fourth Republic. And in his tenure of office, there were issues that came up covering this, covering that. He didn't want to look at that, including even the death of the party member, in fact, an MP. And you know who we are talking about? Honorable Dankwa. My brother, my sister, he was murdered in cold blood. Canada Japan has said it several times that George Akufu Dampare was pussyfooting on the investigation. For what reason? We still don't know. We remember the issue that happened when some voices were recorded, Bugri Nabu and some other such people, just towards the election time. And George Akufu Dampare's name was mentioned in there. He was removed as the IGP. He was born on July 14, 1970, right here in Ghana. He qualified as an accountant, yes, a chartered accountant at the age of 25 while serving in the police service. He holds 2 masters, yes, 2 Master of Science degrees with distinction in accounting and finance from London, South Bank University, and business systems analysis and design from City University of London. Yes, this is George Akufu Dampare. Now, he rose to the rank of Commissioner of Police in 2014 at the exceptionally young age of 44. And in 1996, he emerged as the overall best cadet during the 32nd Cadet Officers Course at the Ghana Police Academy. And that wasn't all. Even in December 1990, at the age of 20, as a police constable, initially without a secondary school background, he was named the overall best recruit at the National Police Training School. This is George Akufu Dampare. And he holds a PhD in finance. Oh yes, dash. This is the man we are talking about. George Akufu Dampare. He was the boss of the Ghana Police, the IGP, Inspector General of Police. This is the gentleman who allegedly shielded using political colors and shrouds, pulling back Wontumi from jail. But a new day came and he is now in jail. How about the other woman? Faustina Ejewa Kodria Ando Kofi. This was the CID boss. Run the dossier. So you get to know her. My brother, my sister, did they really shield Wontumi from going to jail? Nana Akufo-Addo himself told us point blank that Wontumi was not doing any galamsey. Today, Baumia says the NDC legal team, I beg your pardon, NPP legal team must come together to make sure that they appeal Wontumi's incarceration. Interesting. They call him a political prisoner. Let's look at the woman, Faustina Ejewa Kodria Ando Kofi, Commissioner of Police. He's a highly accomplished Ghanaian senior police officer and lawyer. She made history as the first woman to head the high-profile intelligence department and subsequently served as the Director General of the Criminal Investigation Department, CID, of the Ghana Police Service from September 2022 to March 2025. She enlisted into the Ghana Police Service on October 1, 1992 and officially passed out as a constable on October 1, 1993, 1 year. Alongside the police work, she pursued a legal career. She earned her Bachelor of Laws LLB from the University of Ghana and a Professional Law Certificate BL from the Ghana School of Law, gaining admission to the bar, yes, the Ghana bar, in 2013. Now, over the police career, spanning more than 3 decades, she steadily climbed the ranks through diverse leadership and command roles. At a point, she was even ADC. Yes, to the trailblazing former Commissioner of Police, Gifty Enin Botri. She became the liaison officer Yes, my brother, my sister, to Kofi, Kofi, the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center in Accra. And she became the boss of the CID. With all these beautiful dossiers, how did they stoop that politically low to allow such a huge, monumental case to slip through their hands? Who killed J.B. Dankwa? Kennedy Japan has been talking about it. Does Dampare know what we don't know? Did they shield that one too? How many more people did they shield from going to jail? Look at their dossiers, their CVs, very beautiful. So one thing is clear. It's not all about the paper. It is all about patriotism. Patriotism will dictate competence. There can never be competence without patriotism. Think about it. Did they lack patriotism? How many more people are put in responsible positions all because they have huge certificates, yet they don't have an iota, a scintilla of patriotism? It's a question for the gods. Thank you so much, Martin Pebu, for drawing our attention to this. Justice delayed might be justice denied, but in this case, is justice served, though slightly late. Dash is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunemo, and here we speak truth to power. Story number 2. Watch this. Dodo. AFENYO-MARKIN swears Mahama will never get third term. Mahama himself has made it clear that he has read the Constitution over and over. And he understands it clearly that Ghanaians have given him 1 term more. And after that 1 term, it is over. But some people have gone to the Supreme Court asking for interpretation of whatever law it is. Now the news is flying from the grapevine that the NDC is pushing a 3rd term agenda for Mahama. The NPP knows for sure that should a 3rd term happen, Mahama would win it so easily. Mahama has proven that the incompetence tag that they slapped on his cringing brows was nothing but fake and ill thought. Mahama has proven beyond every single doubt that the Papanu tag that they slapped on his balding head was not too accurate. Today, everybody is hailing Mahama. Economy is heaving a sigh of relief. We are seeing the justice system vibrantly working. No shielding of culprits. My brother, my sister, and it is happening. The police service is working. People are being promoted. Hitherto, a lot of police people work so hard and big men sat on their promotion for personal reasons. Today, a lot of police people are being promoted. Armed robbery has been nullified, numbed. My brother, my sister. And the country is beginning to wear its proper robes again, as we say in Akan. My brother, my sister, this is Mahama. Did we hear that Ghanaians have given him just 1 term, and after that 1 term is done? Did we hear that or not? Why are they still talking about a 3rd term agenda? Are they scared that this man might change his mind? Are they scared that the Supreme Court might just say, oh, this is the true interpretation of the thing, and in his case, he is eligible to go for a 3rd term? By what time, my brother, my sister, the dead NPP would have now become a ghost? Is that what they are scared of? Or what really is the problem? Let's go to the Parliament House of Ghana. AFENYO-MARKIN is trying beyond everything, beyond himself, to prove that the minority leader is supposed to be a talkative. Whether what he's saying makes sense or not, just talk. After all, in our politics, we are paid to talk, not to think. That is why when you go to the constituencies of all these people, you don't see anything that is generational. Nothing generational. Nothing generational. No proper thinking. No scientific thinking. It's just the basic things. Water, food. They are not thinking beyond the stomachs of their constituency. Are these leaders or they are caterers? It's caterers, I know, who think about everybody's stomach. If you are an MP and yours is just to give water and food, my brother, you are a caterer. You are not an MP. You can't think outside the box. People like A+, they are thinking about bringing waterfalls. Yes, to be able to draw the whole world to come here and see an artificial waterfall. They want to draw people to come and invest in the lithium-rich area. They are drawing the attention of investors to their constituencies. Yet we are busily slapping policemen and shouting our lungs out in Parliament. Well, watch this.
And finally, you claim you want a third term. Third term? Third term. You are not performing. You say third term. Atufosin, you are here presenting a budget. And beneath it is a third term agenda where you are going to spend money for people to be calling for third term. We are watching you with eagle eyes. Third term, Munyan and debt. Munyan and China. Focus on 24-hour economy.
No, unyano and debt, unyano China. Mr. Third term, no. Unyano and debt, unyano China. He says, focus on the 24-hour economy. He said the budget that was read yesterday had third-term agenda undertones for President Mahama. Well, these politicians know more than we do. Maybe there's actually a conversation in some gloomy corridors about a third term. But why is the NPP so scared of Mahama? You were given the opportunity for 8 years to perform. You gave us a legacy of arrogance, irresponsible behavior. And at the end of it all, we kicked you out, bag and baggage, and brought people who could do the work. Close to 2 years of being in power, we haven't found a single thing against Mahama. They slapped him with a drunkard tag. He didn't fly. Womanizer tag. He didn't fly. Inefficient tag. It didn't go. Incompetence, you remember? Today, Mahama is putting a lot of fear in them because he's been able to perform. But did I hear Atufosin say Mahama is not performing and they are trying to push a third term? Well, it's for all of us to look at this. We don't need a magnifying glass. Unlike in your case as the minority that needs a certain binoculars to see you like gems in Parliament. Mahama, even babies who were born today, know exactly that he's performing. What did Mahama really say? Does he want a third term? Does he not want a third term? What exactly did he say? Watch this.
Give me a mandate for 1 term. And I am working hard to meet the promises I made them. And so I always tell my ministers, I say, let's number our days so that we can work harder to meet the promises we made the Ghanaian people. I note that people have gone to the Supreme Court seeking interpretation of the clause that governs the tenure of the president. If you ask my personal opinion, I thought that it was clear enough. Me, I've read it over several times. It's exactly what it says, but if they want to ask the Supreme Court, that is their business. But I know that the people of Ghana gave me one additional term, and I'm going to work to meet the trust that they put in me. Thank you very much.
Ghana gave the IGP, Christian Tete Yohonu, the chance to work as an IGP. When he was done and was going, Ghana begged him to return and do additional 2 years. And as it stands, it looks like the 2 years might even be extended. Looking at how policing in Ghana all of a sudden has taken a lofty flight. Mahama said he was not even going to contest again right after the last loss. But well-meaning people went to his house, spoke with him, party members spoke with him, and told him he was the most marketable and that he needed to leave a legacy. He should never retire with the Papano tag still lingering around his head, with the incompetent Mahama tag still nestled around his balding head. He should never retire with the dead goat syndrome still eating his veins. He looked at it, thought about it, and said, okay, I changed my mind. I will stand, and if Ghanaians vote me, I will leave a legacy. And we are seeing the best of Mahama since he started. But he has made it clear, he's not interested. This is what Ghanaians have given to him. And once he's done with his tenure, the laws of Ghana, according to him, are clear. Unless the Supreme Court finally comes out to say, oh, you know what? No, the interpretation is like this. If the Supreme Court sides with Mahama and says, oh, you have had all your terms, that's it. Mahama would leave a strong legacy. The legacy he's already left behind, enviable. You have 2 more years to go. It's better to concentrate on the 2 years and make the 2 years heavy and strong. To make Ghana say that, Mahama, we wish we could give you 100 more years. Right now, it is time to concentrate on the 2 years. 24-hour economy. It is time to concentrate on how to make Ghana solidly grounded in this newfound love of an economy. Right after that, any other thing can be added. If Mahama decides to play loose, as we say in Ghana, and the next 2 years decide to dribble him, the economy becomes hard, Ghanaians start complaining bitterly, nobody would even think about 2.5 terms, let alone a 3rd term. They'll be in a hurry to kick out Mahama. So a wise man will tell you, you know what? A bird in hand is worth what? 2 in the bush. What you have right now is this term. That's what is in your hand. Don't let it fly out and go looking for the non-existent one in the bush. A word to the wise is enough. It's the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonamo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey ya! Hey you! Kai! Wayo! Kogu!
You just need a moment for yourself, a moment to slow down, feel the water, and let the day fade. Tesori is more than just a shower. It's a moment of pure calm, smooth, creamy, and relaxing. With forest therapy, Persian Dream, Royal Oud, Thalassotherapy, Ikigai, Fior di Loto, and Karma, all in convenient 500 milliliter bottles. There's a Tesori scent to fit every mood, every moment, every kind of you. Feel the lather on your skin, breathe in the aroma, let stress melt away and just enjoy the calm. You don't just feel clean, you feel refreshed, confident, and yourself. Tesori d'Oriente, luxury is a feeling. For bulk purchases, contact Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599.
Tesori d'Oriente.
Skipper George.
Blackpot. Coco show them.
It's the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shodemo. And here we speak truth to power. One more time, I invite you to please subscribe to the channel and hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, we will be reminded to watch. Oh yes, this is the headquarters of the truth. Story number 3. Watch this. EOCO exonerated as Hanan's wife and son try to travel abroad too. And this is fresh news. Exclusive. We all remember Hanan and his wife, don't we? His wife is called Faiza Wuni. Hanan himself is Hanan Abdul Wahab Alodeba. He tried to stand for MP in the Boku area, but the people were wise and smart enough not to vote for him, despite all the money sprinkling. They are Alhaji and Hajia. My brother, my sister, they went to Mecca. Maybe with the alleged stolen money. My brother, my sister, he was the boss of NAFCO. And investigators say he stole up to about 78 million Ghana cedis. Misappropriated, laundered, and all the terms, around 78 million. The last time we checked his profile, he was out there, my brother, my sister, chilling with Tagore's ex-wife. And we brought you the details. Yes, Tagore's ex-wife, exclusive. Chilling, serious chilling. Pretty lady, hot girl. Hi! They went out there to Dubai, went all the way to Hollywood, blowing our money, allegedly. That is where my interest is, not who he sleeps with. If he wants, he can go and sleep with a dog, or a camel, or Gogome. That's not my business. My business is simple. It's the Ghana business. Did he steal our money? Was that what he used to floss around Tagore's ex-wife? My brother, my sister, he's a Muslim. He can have as many as 4 wives. That is not my business. He went to Mecca. Did he use our money? My brother, my sister, now investigators went into his skin like a tick. And then they found out that he was one of Nana Addo's poster kids. He was spending money on the party. He bought mobile phones, allegedly for the party, motorbikes, gallons of oil, rice for Muslims, and all that. I'm sure if those Muslims had heard that those items were tainted in one way or the other, allegedly, they would have rejected those. But the good thing, he was not able to make it as an MP. You can imagine what would have happened if he became an MP and all these controversies start to come up. Can I tell you more? My brother, my sister, this is Hanan Alodeba. Now, he said he had an eye issue He got 2 doctors to say, oh, you know what? It's true. He has an eye issue, but the eye issue cannot be cured anywhere. He only needs eye drops. And the eye drops you can find even at Katamanto. You can find the eye drops right here in Accra. Even when you go to Pesingpe, you will find it. Salaga is there. Binduri, you will find it there. Even Binsulia, you will find it there. Now, Hanan decided that he would rather fly to London. And his doctors will drop the eye drop into his eyes before he will be cured. So he went to court, and in the court's wisdom, they decided to give him a chance. They gave him about 4 days or so to fly out, let them drop the thing into his eye, and he will fly back because he has a case in court. Unbeknownst to the court, according to investigators, he was allegedly planning to abscond. Japa. How did they see that? He went to the Laboni branch of the Republic Bank, trying to scoop up all his money, according to investigators. And then the alarm had already blown because EOCO had written to all the banks where this guy had all his money and warned my brother, my sister, that they should be very, very careful anytime this guy came around trying to pick up any cash. My brother, my sister, and he actually went to the bank, allegedly, and they told him, your account is frozen. He produced a court document to show that he could have a stain. And quickly, EOCO had to be alerted. EOCO asked for the documents. Lawyers of EOCO sat on it and realized that it was a document that had nothing to do with the freezing of his account. But he wanted to use it to hoodwink the bank and get his money. So they decided that no. But he still was able to raise some 7,000 pounds and went to the airport trying to fly. By what time? EOCO had already slapped a no-flight stop list on him. And then he was picked up, my brother, my sister, and presented to EOCO. They went to court, and the judge made it clear. He said, you know what? The period of your traveling is over. So we will look at the other issues. Hey, my brother, unbeknownst to us, his wife was also trying to fly. Her case will be heard on the 28th of July. We have the court documents here. Flash that. I need you to watch. Is EOCO exonerated? Open it up. Is EOCO exonerated? Look at it. Look at it. Filed on the 22nd of July, 2026. How many days ago? 11:38 a.m. And this is the Republic versus Hanan Abdul Wahab Al-Lodeba. 2. Faiza Sedubuni, the first and second accused. And then Faiza is the applicant in this case. It says, motion on notice for an order granting the release of second accused person's passport and leave to travel out of the jurisdiction with her son for medical attention. She wants to also take their son out of the nation for medical attention, just like the brother. I beg your pardon, the husband, who is only going there for an eye drop, which is abound in Ghana, as we are told. And the doctors have said it too. Court to be moved on the 28th day of July, 2026, in the forenoon or soon thereafter, as this honorable court may deem fit and appropriate. Dated at Obuo, Minta, and Co-Chambers at Belenkpe, Accra, this 20th day of July. Oh my God. Now let us go into the nitty-gritties of this story. Look at it. Affidavit in support. I, Pfizer Wuni of Chain Homes Estates, house number 7, plot 251, Accra, make oath and say as follows, that I am the second accused applicant and the deponent therein, and I depose to facts contained in this affidavit in support, which are within my personal knowledge and those I have been advised by counsel, and I verily believe to be true. That I am currently standing trial before this honorable court, and I am also on a bail granted by this same court, the conditions of which I have at all times complied with and have never defaulted or breached. Third, that the first accused person is my husband and has consented to the present application affecting the health concern of our son, Alodiba Hanan Saad Wunimi, born on the 10th of November, 2018. A copy of his birth certificate is attached herewith and marked as Exhibit A. That my son was first diagnosed with social and emotional difficulties. Did you hear that? That's a sickness. The sickness of the son, social and emotional difficulties. Oh, my father's name is in the media. Blakk Rasta is always mentioning my father's name. My mother's pictures are all over. Joy is mentioning that. 3FM, 3 News, all over, TV3. People are talking about that. So the son is traumatized. For that matter, they have to fly the child outside Ghana for treatment. They have to see a specialist who will take care of the son and treat the son. But because the son is a minor, he would have to go with the mother. So the sickness is, he has been diagnosed with social and emotional difficulties and executive functioning challenges as recorded in the Individual Education Plan, IEP, issued by the Ghana International School on the 10th of September 2025. A copy of the Individual Education Plan is attached herewith and marked as Exhibit B. That following this diagnosis concerning my son's health, I sought a psychological assessment of my son from Mission Pediatrics on the 30th of July 2026, wherein the attending clinician recommended a comprehensive assessment to evaluate his intellectual functioning, together with a continued management of his attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHS. A copy of the assessment dated 13 July 2026 is attached herewith and marked as Exhibit C. That pursuant to this recommendation in the preceding paragraph, I have, through email correspondence with the London Psychiatric Clinic through Dr. Leben's team, secured an appointment for my son with Dr. Dahun on the 5th of August 2026 at 2 p.m. 60 Harley Street, London, W1G7H. Copies of the correspondence between myself and Dr. Leben's team are attached herewith and attached as Exhibit D. 7, that it is in the interest of my 7-year-old son within the meaning and application of the Children's Act 1998 as amended, that he received the specialist medical attention abroad. And the word is abroad, not Ghana, abroad. And that as his mother, I am the most appropriate person to accompany him, giving the emotional and developmental support and attention he currently requires. That according to Exhibit D series, there is likely going to be follow-up appointments after 5th August 2026. And as such, I will need the whole of August to finalize on my son's health concern, since the court will soon be going on legal vacation and my trip is likely not to clash with any scheduled hearing date. Granting me leave for the month of the August will not cause any undue delay in my trial. that since my passport is being held by the registry of this court in satisfaction of the bail condition, I will not be able to travel out of the jurisdiction without the release of the passport, and also leave granted by this honorable court, that I am not a flight risk. I have at all material times in the trial complied with the bail conditions imposed by this court, and I've never been absent from any court sitting. I will also deposit my passport at the registry of the court on the date to be ordered by the court if the application is granted. That it is therefore in the best interest of the child and in the interest of justice that this application is granted. Dash it away. My brother, yes, your chairman on him Kasano say, hey, Nana, was room. I honestly empathize with the child because I have children too. But my brother, they say when two elephants clash, it is the grass that suffers. Because of the actions and or inactions of our parents, we inherit some traits of discomfort. True or false? Only God knows what the actions and inactions of these two, as told to us allegedly, what those did to other people's children. Can I say it again? We are told about some 78 million. They built houses. They had huge bank accounts. This guy left and went out there chilling with a slave queen. That's his business. My problem is, did he use the alleged stolen money from our coffers? Today, the sickness is that the little 7-year-old has emotional issues, psychological issues, and for that matter, there is no doctor in Ghana that is competent enough to take care of the child. These are people who don't believe in Ghanaian doctors. They are people who have made so much money. When they didn't have it, they were okay with Ghanaian doctors. Now, all of a sudden, from the ill-gotten wealth, allegedly, Ghana cannot contain them. This guy has Apollo 12. Or is it Apollo 60? He needs an eye drop, and he will blink his eye twice and go to bed, as the doctors told him. We can't cure this. It's called conjunctivitis. Kai, did I get it correct? Conjunctivitis. Conjunctivitis. Kai. Eye drop. He says, no, a white man must hold the eye drop and say, Hanan, open your eye. Open. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Now the wife wants to go with the son so that the doctor will say, what do you see? What is this? Do this. Do this. Shake your waist. Boom, boom, boom. Ha! Boom, boom, boom. Hey, D is for dog. E is for elephant. F is for fool. G is for Ghana. H is for he. And then if the child starts dancing, he is killed. Take him back. Going back, the corner like Ken Ufuriata did to us. My brother, my sister, in the wisdom of the court, this shall be decided as well. What do you think? Husband, a few days ago, was blocked from traveling after investigators told us he tried to scoop his money. He couldn't make it. All of a sudden, son has to also go because he has emotional whatever. And no doctor in Ghana is competent enough to deal with that. I don't know which embassy is going to give this. I remember in the days when you went to the embassies looking for a visa to go to school in America or England, and do a certain course, they will tell you that course is in Ghana. Stay in Ghana and do the course. Nah. My brother, my sister, are we going to have this family find a way to run away, or they genuinely want to go for the white man's eye drop and psychologists there? Your guess is as good as mine. But remember where you heard it first from. Right here on this platform. We broke the news. We keep breaking the news. And all along, the track record has been hot and clean. Like the blacksmith's red hot metal. My brother, my sister, what would the cause say? What would you say? Is the black pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we have a final story. Story number 4. Watch this. AFENYO-MARKIN Vows. Attorney General DOMINIC Ayine will go to jail. AFENYO-MARKIN is here again. And this time round, he's angry. And he says that DOMINIC Ayine should watch out. The tables are about to turn. 2028, he will join Chairman Wontumi in jail. But the difference would be Chairman Wontumi would come out and Dr. Ayine will be in there. This is the Zwarungu boy, the Stanford lawyer, the cigar-chomping Zwarungu dog muncher. He's the Attorney General of the Republic of Ghana. He's a gentleman that I love. I've never asked him a question and he said, Blakk, I don't have an answer. He would tell you honestly. In fact, this man is not a politician. He would open up and tell you. But he will go ahead and tell you, Blakk, you see, this thing that I tell you is because I trust you. If you lose the trust, I won't be able to tell you more. And I like that. Good friends must be bonded by trust, isn't it? He knows he doesn't need to tell me that because I'm a trustworthy person, right? Like Millennium Insurance. This is Dr. DOMINIC Ayine. He is the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice of the Republic of Ghana. So far, he has one bird in his cage, and that bird is called Bernard. A bird that is called Bernard. AFENYO-MARKIN is threatening. Osahin Alexander AFENYO-MARKIN. In Ghana, being the minority leader is just to shout and pop eyes out like a dog on heat. Let's watch him pop his eyes and shout his lungs out. Watch this.
Inspiration, what we are experiencing in this country is persecution, persecution, persecution. For the first time, we are seeing political imprisonment. Wontumi is a political prisoner. Mr. Speaker, Camilla Al-Hassan, a young mother of 3, is also a political prisoner, telling you how intolerant you are, and you are here telling us you are running an economy. You want this to be a one-sided parliament. When people criticize you, you threaten them. A lot of my MPs here have been threatened. You are threatening members of parliament with prosecution. Let me serve a warning to the Attorney General that the ravening clouds shall no longer be victorious. They shall not long possess the sky. Be careful. 2028, you'll be in opposition. 2028. If you are not careful, Mr. Speaker, if you don't stop now, WONTUMI there, and WONTUMI will be out, and you will go in. So I'm advising you, let us all be measured. We welcome the reforms by the finance minister, and for the first time, he did something patriotic by acknowledging the digitalization reforms we introduced in government payments. Today he has acknowledged it. Mr. Speaker, we commend you for acknowledging MPP. We commend you, but you can do better. Tell your government to free all political prisoners. Dr. Atu Forsen, tell your government to free all political prisoners. WONTUMI deserve justice. Camilla Al-Hassan deserve justice. The MPs behind me that you have lined them up for persecution, listen, you can decide to imprison every MP. It will not shut us down. We will criticize you. We will hold your feet to account, and we'll make sure you account for every city you spend. But you know what? The good news is that you are on your way to opposition. You are on your way to opposition. So you should begin thinking. You should begin thinking deep. Because there is one cells, in one prison will not be locked up. It will open widely for you. It will swallow many of you. From what we are seeing in public procurement, your situation will be worse. So be careful, those of you who are comfortable.
Empty, bullish foolishness. You see, I was quietly watching this guy and hoping that he will make sense. Once in a while he does. I feel like crying, I'm telling you. These are the people in parliament. Are these the people in parliament? Do they think about Ghana? Do they think about Ghana? Or they are only thinking about wanton abuse of power when they grab it? Listen to this guy. He says Camilla Al-Hassan is a political prisoner. Somebody who threatened the lives of the first gentleman of the land and the first lady of the land. Somebody who made allegations unfounded and pleaded guilty. Under no duress, absolutely. This dumb ass is still standing there saying that that is a political prisoner and he is supposed to be a lawyer. I am sad for Ghana. These are the people we have. When is Ghana going to think patriotic? When is Ghana going to think Ghana? WONTUMI is a political prisoner. When your own party members were bemoaning his wanton abuse of our forests, flora and fauna. Frimpong Boateng, Professor Frimpong Boateng, a man who had so much respect and was sitting on the zenith of integrity, you descended him to the lowest ebb. Because he spoke the truth. Today, he is a wanted child in your party. He said, WONTUMI, and the dirty ghost at Wonuo, that guy called Sir John, who Satan is still sodomizing in hell. My brother, my sister, he said they were the two giants of our forest destruction. You guys fought it. When Sir John died, we saw the footprints, clear footprints, of what the good old professor said. This dirty guy called Sir John, find me a dirty picture of that dirty guy. In fact, stole land that belonged to the government of Ghana. My brother, my sister, in forest reserves, and registered that in his name, in his capacity as the CEO of forestry. We didn't know this until he died. And it was clearly printed in his will. Your president was so ashamed that he didn't listen to the words of Frimpong Boateng. In fact, Sir John bequeathed to himself land from forest reserves, the forest that he was put in to protect. It brings tears into my eyes every time I think about these guys who say they are here to serve. He's already thinking about retaliation. This is the guy. Every night, Satan, with a big hat on, is sodomizing this guy. And in my sleep, I hear him crying, why, Ajay, why? And nobody is there to save him. Dash! These guys, we gave them power. And they became Nebuchadnezzar. My brother, they became demons. If you look at this guy's will, you will comatose. Did you have an opportunity to see his will? We showed it right here. He had pump action guns. He had houses dotted all over the place like Hanan is doing. Today, the long arms of the law are chasing these people for accountability for their stewardship. A lawyer, my brother, my sister, who himself, I am told, in the days of Tokono, was given a lot of favors. Today, he says that when they come into power in 2028, Attorney General will go to prison and dirty Wontumi will come out. And a lot of these people will go there because they are seeing procurement breaches. I'm happy to hear that. If there are procurement breaches, what stops you from going to court now? Because you guys will never come into power. You have a bad mind, and your bad mind is a mind of retaliation. And you guys are hungry for power. You have missed being in power. The largesse, the stealing, the arrogance, the foolishness, the irresponsible life. Listen to his lexicon. What is he saying? Shouting his lungs out and threatening an honorable man who has saved him from going to jail himself for slapping a policeman 3 times. I don't know what Attorney General is sitting down and doing with that docket. And sadly, after all this noise, these same guys would meet. And then they laugh. Yeah, they are doing politics with our life. Let them shout like this. When they close the parliament, they sit and drink tea together. And they talk about the next women they are going to seduce. And we become the sacrifice. You see why I will never be a politician? Never. It's not possible. I reject it. I can't. Because people like this have tainted and stained beyond any kind of cleaning politics. Wontumi's case was so clear. Your government moved it from 3 years to 25 years. He's been given his pound of flesh. He's in there. He himself is saying that he has learned his lessons. Atachia couldn't even save him. On the day of judgment, Atachia was too busy to go there. Atachia had a graduation. He had to go and stand in front of balloons and clap his hands dry at a graduation. His own client, he couldn't even go to give him the last hug and say, my brother, we tried. 2 days later, 1 million V8s were on the road, disrupting the peace on our road on the way to Nsawam prison to greet a dirty Galamsey. Have no mercy for people like that. Hey, I want a Ghana that will be inherited by my children with pride. I go to England, you go to England. I go to America, you go to America. I travel to Japan, I travel to China, I travel to Malaysia. And we see things. Some of these countries, we are more than just endowed than them. Yet because of these dirty tricks in parliament, do me or do you, threats, empty threats. As you saw earlier in that quote, it is a weak man who makes threats. It is a man, my brother, my sister, who has no vocabulary, who issues threats. Hallelujah. That's a deep thought. We remember in the days, anytime we're having an intellectual discourse, those ones who couldn't match, 1, 2, they're short of everything, then they start threatening. Look at it. Threats are the last resort of a man with no vocabulary. And that's AFENYO-MARKIN. They can't argue intellectually. They cannot be patriotic. They go around slapping policemen. My brother, my sister, they take advantage. Little boy Miracles Abuaje said 2028 when they come into power, people like Blakk RASTA, we're scared of you. Your government was in power, we're giving it to you. What did you do? Things like that can frighten me. Me, I'm a spiritual man. If I realize that you are going to do me chuku, 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 I just raise my hand. You would, you will go and say I've threatened them. Me, I'm a very clean guy. So when I walk without looking back. Minsromo. You know why? I'm only thinking about Ghana. Procurement or no procurement, you won't find me there. When you go for your bunga bunga, am I there? Do you see me in your offices? Do you see me in your offices? What I eat, you can't eat it. What I drink, you can't drink. Upe nam, upe fish, upe apeteshi. I don't eat any of this. So how can I be at table with you? Read the Bible. Remember the story of Daniel. When Daniel went out there before Nebuchadnezzar, he begged Nebuchadnezzar and said, you know what? Me, I cannot be part of your dinner. I want a dinner of herbs. Say, contombria, monfambra. Ntampenswa, monfambra na mwano. Enfa agushi bi enwono kakra, toast kakra, garlic kakra. Na yemfanye mpoto. Nebuchadnezzar said, no, you are my guest. When the time comes and people come and you are growing lean and frail, I will be disgraced because I have so much food. He said, call it me. Call it my problem. Call it my foolishness. If that happens, the Bible says, when the time came, Daniel and his brethren were looking better than all the people who were eating from the king's table. The pork. Maybe they had a crantier there. They had a kokono. I didn't think a nipa be we a kokono. We a nipa and I say we a koko. A kokono is a worm. Some people eat it. Excreta of animals. Some people eat that. You see a crantier, some greenish, something like that. Say, I see a crantier no. Say, oh we, friends saying, herbs. I also eat herbs. Will you come for mine? Me more be brave. For quiet. All in all, I don't eat what you eat. So I'm not part of your party. They know these miracles and all those guys. They know who Blakk Rasta is. He's a patriotic citizen. In Mahama's government, I was hauled before the parliament. Samukai. They took me to the parliament. Say, Makasa. Why didn't they say that it was a political aid? Did I blame NDC? Did I blame NPP? Dabi. From that time till now, I've never blamed any party. I was there on my own. And we walked out. They intended to embarrass me and make me look like, but they gave me more energy. So, AFENYO-MARKIN and all the other parliamentarians, I pray that the NDC doesn't get moved by your noise. Jail them if they deserve to be jailed. Jail them. Jail them. When you were in power for 8 years, are you trying to tell us you don't want any accountability? We should leave you for all the 8 years that you were in power because we fear that power would change hands. The so-called tables would turn. Therefore, your 8 years should be accountability-less. Kasabeno. Kasabeno. When Mahama was doing his appointments, you heard me say cockroaches, lizards, and blah, blah, blah for some of the appointees. You were happy. You flew it all over the place. Some even said, oh, NDC, Blakk Rasta, NDC, Onukra Osi Mahama, appointments, newbie, cockroaches, and they were happy. You all remember that, don't you? A family idea, mope. But when the tides turn against you, oh, we NDC knew. But Ghanaians know who Blakk Rasta is. I've never been a member of any party. Never had any party card. I am not looking at parties. Me. Today somebody was telling me on radio that he's praying that I will be an MP. And I shook myself. Me the MP, me the idea. Take your MP. Me pay. I didn't say that I'm president. Why didn't you say I should be president? We see MP. Because Rastaman to me is president. Which I don't even want. I'm not a politician. I'm a kingmaker. Me na me see a hene ahemfo. Ye na ye see ahemfo like Samuel in the Bible. It's for us to stay back. You see, the otwa kwan no, onim se ni chia. Ye na ye be catch us say we chia kakra. Enti fa ha ye mpia wo kapre. Na wakase wo kapre ntina ye kasa. From tete. Now look at my beard. Ni nyina ya fita. I started to speak when I had no beard. And then we were mustache. Tell me one politician who can come out and say, oh, and me, I gave Blakk Rasta this, and I did this for Blakk Rasta and all that. That's not what I eat. I eat from you on this platform. Those of you who are on this platform, who believe in the work that I do, at the end of the month, YouTube will come and say, oh, Blakk Rasta, what will you do? $2 bina fakoba obra. It was say those working $2 yanya $2. Timunji $1.50 50 cents no enko bo me bra. Let's think about Ghana. All that AFENYO-MARKIN said, I didn't see Ghana in it. I only saw party politics, revenge, retaliation, retribution, backing. And you're hi, and you're there. Hi, and you're there. Hi. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we have a final story. Hey ya! Hey you! Kai! Wayo!
back and stay safe. The National Petroleum Authority is cautioning the public to desist from scooping or fetching fuel from overturned fuel tankers at accident scenes. Do not get closer to the scene in an attempt to take videos or pictures. Inhaling the petroleum product is detrimental to your health. Worst of all, petroleum products are volatile and highly flammable, and a small spark can trigger a catastrophic explosion, causing deaths and loss of property. Call the Ghana Fire Service or Ghana Police personnel to handle the scene, or reach the National Petroleum Authority's contact center on 0302 550 380. Your life is worth more than a gallon of fuel. This Save a Life campaign is from the National Petroleum Authority.
Blackpot. Coco show them.
It's the Black Pot, aka Kuku Show. And here we speak truth to power. At this point, I want to say thank you so much to our sponsors. Oh, yes. Thank you so much to Tesori Doriente. Oh, my God. Turn every single shower into a royal experience with Tesori Doriente. Thanks so much, too, to Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. And then above all, NPA, National Petroleum Authority, has a simple message. Stay back. Stay safe. Simple. When you see those fuel tankers overturned in accidents, don't be in a hurry to siphon and scoop fuel. It might just explode. Even the effusions coming from the fuel can make you sick. Stay back. Bloggers, don't be too much in a hurry to go close. Your life is worth more than just a gallon of fuel. It's the Black Pot. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Your art will do marvelously well here. My brother, my sister, and you know that because of this wonderful family. Our reach is huge all over the world. Yes, my brother. And very soon we're going to announce a partnership. Oh my God. It is huge. Final story. Story number 5. Dodo, watch this. TRICA'S business partner, in quotes, ordered to be extradited to the USA. Wow. Remember when we broke the news? He's called Daniel Yusuf, a.k.a. Slab, a.k.a. Dantani. This is the gentleman. This photo, we put it out on the internet. It's an exclusive photo. Now, Daniel Yusuf was said to be a business partner of TRICA. The FBI had been looking for him for a long time. Then he traveled all the way to Turkey to have some hair replanting because he was growing bald. Authorities had been tracking him down, and he had been evasive, according to the authorities. And then, when we announced it, it was a good thing that we had to break the news from the bowels of the FBI. We put it out. But we were careful. We gave you a silhouette. You remember that story? And we said, this guy is called Daniel Yusuf. His other name is Slab. The FBI is going to pick him up as the next guy to TRICA. We didn't have the permission to publish his photographs until he was arrested. How did our publication help to arrest him? His mother picked a phone and called him all the way in Turkey. She said, Diana Dantani, Naji one Rastaman na de buga sunanka all over the place where he came first and his scammer. I hear, my son, There's a Rasta man, Black Rasta, is mentioning your name that you're a fraudster. And the silhouette that he put out looked so much like you. What is the truth? According to the mother, he denied it and said he was clean. My brother, my sister. And the mother said, if you are clean, please come home. But he stayed there until authorities were able to track him to Turkey. And then they got him extradited to Ghana. On arrival, he was picked up. That was how our publication helped in at least bringing some level of accountability. Now, what did this gentleman do? Today, the courts all over the world have been told something, and the court card is here. What is 3 News saying? 8 million wire fraud and romance scam case. They say district court orders extradition of Abu TRICA'S alleged co-conspirator, Daniel Yusuf, to the USA to face trial. He has 15 days to challenge the committal order. And for this gentleman, it doesn't look like he's too much in a hurry to fight anything. We haven't heard too much about him. It was Abu TRICA who was pushing everything. There are a few videos of Abu TRICA and this guy. When the mother was asked if she knew if Abu TRICA and her son, were friends, she said, not friends like that, but they knew each other. Maybe the mother didn't know anything. The father didn't know anything, but we published it. I love those years, you know that. Come here. Run the dossier. Dodo. Now, Daniel Yusuf, popularly known as Slab, or sometimes referred to as Slap, or Dantani. Yes. Dantani in Hausa means somebody born on Monday. That's what it means. Kojo. It's Dantani. I was born on a Monday. Okay? He is a Ghanaian socialite and businessman from Cape Coast who gained widespread national attention following his arrest in connection with multi-million-dollar international cyber fraud syndicate. He is a native of Cape Coast in the central region of Ghana. According to his family, he officially worked as a dealer in mobile phones and laptops. However, in social circles, he accumulated immense wealth and was known as a high-earning socialite, with some peers and media commentaries claiming he possessed far greater financial assets than his highly visible associate, Frederick Kumi, a.k.a. Abu TRICA. So this guy, according to the dossier, even has more wealth than Abu TRICA, but he wasn't flaunting it like that. Can I tell you more? Now, the syndicate, according to an official release by the United States Department of Justice, DOJ, Yusuf is a key conspirator in an organized transnational cybercrime network. Now, the criminal network allegedly utilized AI-powered tools and falsified internet personas to execute massive romance scams. They targeted vulnerable individuals, primarily elderly American widows and divorcees, defrauding over 130 victims across the United States of sums exceeding 15 million American dollars. You see, specific segment of the fraud trial directly involves an 8 million slice of these illegal operations. Now, following the initial high-profile arrest of his associate Abu TRICA, Yusuf went on the run to evade law enforcement. Now, during his time as a fugitive, state security operatives temporarily detained his wife in an effort to get him to turn up. Remember, we told you all this, but he never turned up. Yusuf refused to surrender and repeatedly tried to cross out of Ghana illegally via various land borders, all of which were blocked by pre-positioned security personnel. On January 14, 2026, state security operatives and airport intelligence caught and arrested Yusuf at the Kotoka International Airport while he was making a final desperate attempt to flee the country on an international flight. So that's what authorities said. But his mother said he was in Turkey to go and deal with his balding head. And then he was asked to come home. But authorities said he was extradited from Turkey. Run the dossier. This is the guy, and his name is Daniel Yusuf, a.k.a. Slab, a.k.a. Dantani. Oh, yes. Now, following his arrest, he was arraigned before the Gbese District Court and charged with money laundering, wire fraud, and related offenses. He was denied bail in April 2026 and remanded into police custody. In mid-2026, his family and local supporters held solidarity walks in Cape Coast, appealing to President John Mahama for his release on medical bail. His family revealed that Yusuf suffers from severe hypertension and requires urgent post-surgery medical follow-ups after a medical procedure he underwent. Listen, in Turkey, just prior to his arrest. So the mother told us he went for hair grafting because of his baldness. Is that what has become the urgent medical attention? Hair grafting? Or is the hypertension? Now, the Gbese District Court officially ordered the extradition of Daniel Yusuf to the United States to face his $8 million romance fraud trial. And they have given him up to 15 days to respond. Dash. We are done. It's clear. Abu Trika is there. His friend will join him. The only thing that can save my brother Dantani is nothing but the fact. Did he do it or did he not do it? Where he and Abu Trika are. Abu Trika has up to the 25th of August to put in a plea deal. The judge there is a crazy judge. And we have told you, according to his colleagues, he's gone mental before. And they were pushing him to go for mental assessment, but he used the law to fight them off. That judge doesn't like talking too much. He likes papers. He wants to see what he wants to see. And the crime, alleged crime against elderly people is so dear to his heart because he himself is elderly. So he gives you the maximum. Fine. But if you come in with a plea deal, which we are looking forward to seeing in Abu Trika's case, from the intelligence we are picking. Again, and this is what we always say, if they are innocent, may they walk. But if they are not, may the full rigors of the law clamp them down. It's the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. I want to say thank you. I want to appreciate you. I want to just tell you that our numbers are scrolling on the screen. If you have a story you want us to follow up on, we are more than just excited to do that. We are the home of exclusives. So we chase stories. It's not just about the news. It's about patriotism. Because here we don't do politics. That'll be that. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. Let's close the show now. Let's see your comments. And then we are done for the day. Ni Manche Lagaden says, we are waiting. Mr. Black Empire, the truthful president. Thank you. Julius Womenyo says, good evening, Black. Ha, ha, ha. Vincent Kingsford Baidu says, good evening, my big brother Black Rasta. I'm enjoying your show from the Blackport. Yes, here in Germany. Big up the Black Empire. Mac Romeo Ofori says, Ghana's #1, Africa's finest professor. Black, salute of patriotism. Kamshina Z says, Black Rasta, move of fire. More comments coming in. Nana Ogun Powers is sending greetings. Okanayo Zurai says, hi, Black. Bless up. Watching you live from Torino, Italy. Black, I really enjoyed my holiday with a Black pot, with a great Black Rasta. Yes, I love you so much. Thanks. I appreciate you. Akanayo Zurai. Seidu Isaka says, hi, Rasta. Good evening from Tokyo. Moshe. Nana Ubidiaba says, Black Rasta, more fire. King Mawuli says, fire. Yeah. Wild Omoto says, more fire. Black Rasta, God bless you, bro. Quite Jofiagbe says, Black, Ghana is getting interesting under the control of John Dramani Mahama. Ras, a bag of maize in Volta region today is 300 Ghana cedis. And under Akufo-Addo's presidency, maize was sold at 1,300. Are you serious? Hey, my guys in the Volta, confirm this. Woo! 300. And Akufo-Addo's time, it was 1,300. We are enjoying under this man's leadership. Salute of patriotism. Abdul Talut Ibrahim says, what are you saying about DJKA issues? Nothing. We haven't said anything yet. That somebody had sex with his girlfriend and then the video came out. No, we don't do that. We leave that to the gossip stations. You know, the stations that do the gossip shows, and then the stations, or if are the channels that do the gossip. You know, we all have our specialty. Okay? Yeah, we are interested in patriotism. Okay? Not gossips. All right? All right. So we haven't talked about, we've seen it. We've seen the videos and all that, but it's not really our thing. All right? Unless we convince ourselves that there's something that has to do with patriotism in that. Okay? Thank you so much. Mutaka Elisha Ko says, welcome, Mr. Black Rasta. Please greet Honorable Professor Alhaji Hamza Adam, MP for Kumbungu constituency for me. All right? Respect, love. Alfred Gasu says, Black Rasta, big up. Oh, yeah. Kukushodamo. All right. Atenkila achum ne begba. Gideon. I like that. Atenkila achum ne begba. Achum ne begba. Gideon says, more fire, mentor. Della Hammond says, watching you live. Muhammad Zulhak says, good evening, Black Rasta. This is Muhammad Zulhak, watching you live from Wa Perisi. You are doing a wonderful job for the country. Thank you so much. Eric Tekpe says, big up Black. Tom Poe says, how are you today? And my brother Black, long time. Tom Poe, you remember you said Wontumi will not go to jail? I thought you will come and say something else. Tom Poe, I remember. Anyway, how are you doing? I'm happy to read from you every time. Thank you so much for supporting this show from when it started. Okay? We love you. St. Paul says, keep the good works up, Rasta. God protect you. Yakubu Gobi says, good evening, Black Rasta. Send you my greetings from Brazil. May Allah bless you. Amen. Jangma Theophilus says, good evening, Black Rasta. Shakor Zachary says, Black Rasta, more fire. May you be protected by the Almighty God. Of course, Amable says, good one. Pat Awo says, hello, Black Rasta. Yes. And then we have James Akakpo says, greetings, Godfather Black. You are really opening our eyes. More fire. Salute of patriotism. Samuel Hollywood says, wow. Hi, guys. I'm watching or listening from the USA. You are doing both. Watching and listening. Thank you so much. You know why he's saying that? In America, when they are working like that, they love the show, but they can't watch. So they put the earpiece there, and then they pocket the phone, and then they are listening to it like radio. We salute you. Salute of patriotism. Samuel Hollywood says, fire for fire. Tom Poe says, he will come back very soon. This is Ghana. Aputa Chia. Agrada is my example. From 15 years to 9 months. Aputa Chia. Tom Poe says, it will not happen. Now it has happened. He says, oh, you come back. All right. Bismarck Mandando says, how are you doing? Well, I'm doing good. Thank you so much and happy weekend to you. Remember to share the broadcast over the weekend and make everybody see it. Henrietta says, greetings, Blakk. Nice weekend. May the good Lord protect you. For NPP, never again. Greetings to the good people of Bolgatanga. Thank you. Baba Alasan says, watching you live from the USA. Jopatown, Maryland. Wow. Thank you. Jopatown. Looks like a place I want to go to. Wow. Henrietta says, please, Blakk, when are you going to follow up on the poor policeman's case? Today, we even followed it up. We talked about it. Okay? So we do every day. All right? Until there is justice. Reginald Cromwell says, come here. Watch this. You are the best. Raskaba says, long live Professor Blakk, Rasta himself, and long live the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonamo. Henrietta says, fire, yabu, 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 yabu. Pamela G.H. says, I used to like this former IGP, but when the new IGP started working, that's when I realized that there's more to more. A lot of mendacious people in that group. Well, thank you so much. Yes, you come for money. What na yare for? Ama or come for pa abet to no. And you know, man. Dampare did whatever he was supposed to do. He had his lapses like every other person. I am glad this IGP is proving everybody wrong. That's why time after time we talk about him and all that. You know, this morning he sent me a message. He told me, oh, this is the IGP. I want to say thank you so much for recognizing the good work of the police. In fact, when Dampare was here, we told him the same thing. We wanted to be ambassadors for the police. We wanted to rebrand the police and give the police a good name, but he didn't give us an ear. We went there a number of times to try to talk to him. We didn't want money. We didn't want anything. Just give us a recognition. You understand? A little bit of recognition, and we'll be able to handle it. That's all we're looking for. Anyway, it's all good. Ben Azu says, real talk. Franklin, Swash Trop Army says 16 cars in convoy to the Sawan prison. Yet, when the man was going to court 2 centimeters away, they didn't go. Pepsi Kofi Rexford says I counted 16 cars. Richard Anani says NPP, never again. This is the last one and we'll be done for the day. Michael Nuwachi says, greetings, Blakk. J Lastman says, Dobia, keep the fire blazing, Black Rasta. Yes, come here. Run the rhythm. Run the dozier. Oh my God. Ha. Bulchin Kurle. Yala Mande Bia. Yala Mande Bia. The man who brings solutions. Okay? That's what he's saying. Yeah, man. Thank you so much, the Pie. Pum. J Lastman says, it's your son, Sheriff Gali Jr. Oh, okay. All right. Sheriff Gali Jr. Respect J Lastman. Yakubu Amiri says, greetings to Blakk from Bupe. Respect people of Bupe. We love you. Rap Thunder says, welcome, legendary Blakk. Tony Kadili says, Black Rasta, I have become so addicted to the Black Pot to the extent that I don't want weekends to come. Watching you live from London. The Black Pot is all about the truth. Thank you so much, Tony. Salute of patriotism. Please recommend us to family and friends and make sure they all subscribe. Thank you so much. Anwar Sada says, good evening, Black Rasta. Michael Nuwachi is back, says, every MP that went to visit Wontumi must be voted out of office. Well, it's the Black Pot. It's been the Black Pot. It will be the Black Pot again on Monday. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. On Monday at 6 p.m., we will be here. Sometimes we start a bit late, you know, about half an hour late sometimes a little earlier than that, depending on what stories we have. Today, the HANAN'S story came just when we were about to go. So we had to pick it up quickly and then, yeah, do the needful before bringing it up to you. It's been a Black Pot. Thank you so much. Happy weekend to you. Hey! On behalf of all the wonderful people here, Ufori Prince, aka Heneba, and of course, Etonam, Corey. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, Stanley Opare, Lord Asori Batanda, Osaje Fudua Bill, and all of us here. I want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you. See you again on Monday. Hey ya! Wayo! Wayo! Come on!